How are you? I hope you are in the pink of your health. My name is Pawan Kumar, and this is the poem explanation, The Alien. Well, this is in your book, and I'll show you. The book is here, and the page number 63, The Alien. Section 3, The Alien. Dear students, if you have seen the previous video regarding this poem explanation, then you would have learnt that the poem is all about imagination, fantasy of a child or children. The poet Richard Macwilliam has beautifully portrayed this curiosity in the minds of the learners, children in the school, all boys and girls. He has described, he has raised a question: what would you do if you were there, or if you were the teacher, or if you were the student over there and an alien lands in the playground of the school? So this poem is all about it. So as I have expected that you have watched the videos, the previous videos, part 1, 2 and 3, then you must have understood that how, if an alien has landed, then how would children behave, how would girls behave, and how would that alien behave. The alien is supposed to have many legs, eyes, wobbly eyes, and it is supposed to have all that power to kill any human being. Now, in the last lines of this poem, which I'm going to read, will be explained, will be read out by me, and I hope you will learn it and you will understand it easily. Let's read it. Or perhaps the alien would open wide a wobbly eye, shoot a long lazy glare, and then raise two tendrils in a V shape before blowing a big raspberry. Well, what would you do if you were an alien? Landing in the playground, I know what I would do. I wouldn't stay there. Well, dear students, I have numbered the lines: 24, 25 line, 26th line, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30 and 31. Likewise, I did for the previous lines which I have read. Why? So that I can specifically go to a particular line and point out any word meaning, any poetic device and anything else. So it's better to just have the numbering at the end of the lines. It will help you a lot. Now, I've read it here, I've written it here, and you please read and keep the book either in front of you. Just try to understand. I'll then talk about the vocabulary, if it is there, any, or the poetic device. All right. So, or perhaps the alien would open wide a wobbly eye. Now, after all the possible things that could happen in the playground, now the poet is raising one more question. What would happen, means what can happen if that alien open one of the eyes that is wobbly? What do you mean by wobbly? Wobbly means not properly fixed in place, which moves from side to side. For example, a wobbly leg of a chair. A wobbly leg of a chair which moves very loose, which is very loose. So wobbly eye. Perhaps the alien would wide open. Now here the poet says maybe the alien would open the eyes very wide, and what it would do? Shoot a long lazy glare. Shoot means it's not actually like shooting. Shoot means look, and long means the alien will look at very lazily. Lazily means not carefully, very relaxed way. And glare, this word glare. Glare means look at something angrily. Now maybe that alien would look angrily very long and then raise two tendrils in a V shape. Two tendrils. What are tendrils supposed to be here? Dear students, aliens are supposed to have, many legs and eyes, and that curly, long, thin, tendrils like hands, you can say, or some part, limbs. Then raise means took high in a V shape, means in the shape of V. Maybe that alien would raise the tendrils in a V shape before blowing a big raspberry. Raspberry is the fruit which is red in color, which is very sweet, right? Blowing a big raspberry. So here maybe he will make a raspberry using his V-shaped tendrils. Well, what would you do if you were an alien? Now the poet is asking, if you are an alien, what will you do? So if you were an alien, you are not an alien, okay? This is conditional sentence. If you were, agar tum hote, what would you do? If you were an alien, what would you is the reader here. You is the reader here. But in this poem, as you know, that this poem is addressed to the students of the school, boys and girls. So here you means all the children. Landing in the playground means what would you do if you were an alien and you landed in that playground, means aap utre hote. I know what I would do. Now the poet says, I know what I would do. If I was an alien, what I would do? I wouldn't stay there. I wouldn't stay there means I will leave that place. I will go from that place. I will not stay there. So this is 31 number line. Now dear students, there are two major poetic devices in the line number 27th and 28th. The poetic device which I have described are those literary features of a poem which the poet uses to make the poem or to sound the poem beautiful, rhythmic. One thing, this poem is not written in any rhyme scheme. It's written in a free verse, but apart from the free verse, here we have two devices which I'm gonna say single devices here. By the way, this poetic device I'm writing here, poetic device. You will have a question of 1 mark. Find out the poetic device in the poem. Then you have to identify. If you have understood the poetic device, then you can tell about that. So name of the poetic device is alliteration. Now this is the poetic device used in line number 28th and 29th. Here I am telling you, but when you have only 3-4 lines or any particular line, then you need not write the line number. You just write the words which has the poetic device. So what is alliteration? First of all, alliteration means the repetition of a consonant in one line. So here, please look here. Well, what, would. Now here, W, well, what, W, would, W, and see here one more, were. So here we have W repeatedly. So it means this is the alliteration. And what is in 29th? Wait a minute. This is 27th and 28th. Wait. 27th and 28th. So in 27th we have B and In 28th we have, so please check carefully. I was mistaken about the line number. 27th is this one, 28th is this one. In 27th we have B, before blowing big, so that is B, it's here, that is repeated. In 28th line we have well, what, would, were, W repeated. So the only device has been used is alliteration here. Alright, now this poem ends here. You will have question answers from it. Please make those notes. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Till then, stay tuned and keep reading, practicing, revising. All the best. Have a good day. Bye bye.